Now, let me tell you something about Christopher Musa, right? On the 14th of June, 2025.
Hello everyone, welcome to Update 10K. In this video, you will get to know what VDM has to say about former Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa. Watch it out.
Alright, so by now I'm pretty sure you all have seen the news that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu have nominated the former Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, for the position of Minister of Defense. And this is because the seat of the Minister of Defense is currently vacant because the Minister of Defense had resigned. Badaru, in the name of Badaru Abubakar. So he resigned about 2-3 days ago. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is saying that they should bring back the Chief of Defense Staff who they sacked before. They just removed him out of office mysteriously. Nobody knew why they removed him. So now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is bringing him back. And when I saw the news, I laughed. You know why I laughed? Because to be very, very honest, sometimes politics don't make these people see the truth and don't make these people see people that are capable. Now, let me tell you something about Christopher Musa, right? On the 14th of June, 2025, an attack happened in Yelwata where some herdsmen killed over 200 persons in their homes in Yelwata, Benue State. They even set them ablaze. They burned them with fire. On the 14th/15 was when this thing happened. So on the 15th morning, when I heard the news early in the morning, I went to Yelwata. When I got to Yelwata, because I noticed that our media were not going there to go and cover it. The attack happened on the 13th. So I went there on the 15th morning. So when I got there, I went to the scene. It was horrible. I covered the whole scene. I made a video of it, went to different rooms. If you go back to the video, even though for some reason, Instagram, Facebook, all over social media, it has been deleted. I'm sure it will be on Twitter. Anyway, so I took a video. Some people will say fire don't burn. They burn children inside their house. You know, they light their fire everywhere. They bite people like animal. So when I posted it online, it shows a lot of awareness, right? In less than 3 hours, I had over 50,000 comments on that post, right? So it went so viral. The government were forced to put attention on Benue State, and they started going to Benue State. The police were there, army were there. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said he was going to come. The whole attention was on Benue State. So after that, on the 17th, the Chief of Defense Staff he appeared on Channels TV, and then he was asked some questions. The response he gave, I was not pleased with that. And as a result of that, I was so angry because I was traumatized. I went to Benue State, I saw the thing firsthand, and I started thinking that, God, shit, this kind of thing happened to us. So when he said that thing on Channels, me, I blast him. I'm not gonna lie, I blast the man. So this was the day, this was on the 17th of June. I said, they speak from the CDS, General Christopher Musa, on Channels News about what might be the cause of the Benue massacre by herdsmen just unlock another fear in me. At this point, to the great people of Nigeria, may our ancestors be with us. So when I posted this, on the 19th, around 10, they just told me that army were looking for me. I said, army, okay? They said, yes. I panicked. That's which while I'll get with army. I can't remember, say, I don't blast Christopher Musa. I say, wow. Anyways, I just said, no, wahala, let's go. Because two things came into my head. If they won't buy me, they don't buy me. Since they already know where I did, and they don't know how to track me. So let's go. I didn't know who was looking for me. They just say army was looking for me. Next thing I enter moto. They drove me. Boom. We got to Asokoro. When we got to Asokoro, we entered into the military base. When we got into the military base, they just drove us. Bam! When they opened the door, guess who I saw? Christopher Musa. When I saw him, I see the person when I blast online. And they looked the man like this. This was on the 19th. This was at around maybe 11:30-ish. No, 10:30-ish. Then when we entered, he now told everybody to go outside, that they should leave the both of us to sit down. Then we sat down. Then he looked at me. He said, very dark man. I said, sir. He said, I know you. I said, yes, nice to meet you, sir. He said, do you know why I brought you here? I said, no, sir. He said, I need your help. Nah. I was looking at the man like, what? He said, I need your help. I said, sir, help on what? He said, you need to tell me everything that you noticed when you went to Yelwata. You were the first person with a camera that went there. People didn't go there. People were scared to go there. So you should tell me everything you noticed that day when you got to Yelwata, and what you think and the information that you might have gathered after the whole Yelwata thing. Coincidentally, before I came to Christopher Musa, I was in contact with some people that I believe were part of, or not really part of, the people that know the history of what is happening between the Fulanis in Benue. As a matter of fact, I was already talking to some Fulani. As a matter of fact, we had arranged a meeting with them, myself, to go into the bush. I was going to go into the bush to go and meet them, right? So I told him, I said, sir, because you asked, this is what I found out. These are videos. Because the Fulanis, they also sent me videos. They sent me a lot of videos about how they don't take by them. I can't tell them, say, even when I said videos there everywhere, how far? What is really going on? Like, when does this stop? The people of Benue have gone through attacks severally. At what point? This attack has been repeated on the people of Benue. At what point does this stop? Do you need me to come and ask your guy what is happening? Is he willing to speak? They said he's willing to speak. He told me. I said, okay, no problem. I'm going to come. Give me a location. They said they can't give me a location like that. But when I'm ready, they'll tell me how to come. Now, guess why these people spoke to me? They told me one thing. They said, you very dark man, we talk to you because you don't collect money. That was when I knew that integrity had brought me far. They said they were willing to speak to me because I don't collect money. Basically, these people observe. They have seen that very dark man does not do adverts, he does not do promotions and all that, he does not collect money, right? So they were talking to me, sending me videos. I can't post those videos here, but I have them on my phone. But I can't post those. They sent me different videos of their cows that were buyed. I have a particular video where one of them was giving fuel to drink. A lot of them were burned. Different. He was just sending me a lot of videos. Then me said, on the other hand, I was start sending into that. When I said don't buy a lot of people, so where do we go from here? So I tabled everything to the then chief of defense staff, Christopher Musa. When he saw everything, he just said, okay, thank you very much. We'll take it off from here. Please, whatever information you have, you should let me know. This is a picture for those of you who are going to say now talk. Then we took this picture that day, as you can see, on the 20th of June 2025. That's when we took this picture. Other people for carry and go post online. Imagine when they know, say, I need the chief of defense staff for a house. This is when you are finding out, right? Because it was classified. But now I feel they need to say it because now I see. Because the reason why I'm talking now, when they said they had removed him as the chief of defense staff, I just shook my head. You know why I shook my head? Because that man is a man that was looking for solution. For that man to call very dark man to come to his house and look at me in my eyes. This is the chief of defense staff, bro. He looked at me in my eyes and told me that I need your help. That's somebody that is not ashamed to get information from anywhere. There's no pride whatsoever. Anything that will make him help the country is in for it. This is somebody that wants the country to move forward. So if he can come down to come and ask very dark man, that is above very dark man, is way above my level, right? If he can come down to say, okay, yes, this man can literally say, boys should go and catch me and buy me. This soldier wants me, buy me. But he called me. He humbled himself to say, I need your help. Meaning that this man can go anywhere to ask for information to make sure he corrects the security of the country. So the day that I saw that they removed Christopher Musa, I just shook my head. I don't talk, but since that day I don't make any comments. I didn't say one thing till today when I talk. And the only reason why I'm talking today is because I heard that they've nominated him for the chief of, they have nominated him for the Minister of Defense. To be very, very honest, I'm not a politician, but you see that single act from Christopher Musa to call me to his house, to ask me questions and what I know, and start telling me that anything I get from now on, please, I should send it to him, I should alert him, that should alert the military, and I should alert him that anything he will let me know. I know how many things I've called him for after then. I'll say, Ogasa, the whole thing that happened in Edo State, it was him I called. I said, Oga, they demolish this place, I knew. I said it to him. Did I mention that online? No. So if they're nominating him, I just hope he gets the position. I just hope so. But if he doesn't, mashallah. But I just hope, because that man is really passionate about the country. And it's not even about clouds. Because waiting, the man will clap for you. You know, waiting. You never saw this picture online if I didn't show you today. Anyways, I just hope he's been given the position as a Minister of Defense. Peace and love, don't play. As you go on and you will learn the hard way. Don't play.
At 7, I am Nifemi Oguntoye. We are monitoring developments across the country as Nigeria's security leadership is set for a major shakeup. President Bola Tinubu has nominated former Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa as the new Minister of Defense. His nomination follows the resignation of former Minister of Defense Mohammed Abubakar. General Musa's tenure as Chief of Defense Staff is widely regarded as one of operational momentum, inter-service cooperation and renewed confidence in the military. Sifonesian has more.
During his leadership, the armed forces intensified counter-terrorism actions across theaters of operations from the northeast to the northwest, degrading insurgents' capabilities and disrupting bandit and terrorist networks. Under his command, troops' morale improved significantly, backed by stronger welfare initiatives, frontline support, improved logistics supply, and a ramp-up in indigenous equipment deployment. Service commanders credit his leadership style for empowering field officers and enabling faster, intelligence-driven responses to threats. General Musa also championed collaboration with regional and international partners, including renewed intelligence synergy within the Lake Chad Basin Commission and deeper engagement with ECOWAS and allied military platforms. His advocacy for modernization of defense systems and local defense manufacturing, particularly in armory, drones, and tactical mobility, earned recognition from defense stakeholders. As he transitions from service command to policy leadership, expectations are high. By moving from battlefield leadership to defense policy making, General Christopher Musa's nomination suggests continuity.
The question is, why the president nominated General Christopher Musa? According to Senator Shehu Sani,
State House correspondent Femi Akonde for more on this developing story. Femi, General Musa is back 1 month after his retirement as CDS. Talk to us about the decision within the presidency, given the kind of excitement in reactions that this news is getting.
Well, the presidency has taken a critical look at this current security situation in the country after assessing the whole situation, and you understand that the Ministry of Defense is one of the very critical and consequential ministry in the federal cabinet. And you know, President Bola Tinubu, in trying to inject fresh impetus into his push against insecurity and emerging threats the country is facing, considered it wise to reappoint General Christopher Musa, retired now, to return as the minister, as a civilian now, to return as the Minister of Defense, because, you know, they need somebody, or the presidency said they need someone who understands the workings of the military, not just an administrator now, somebody who also understands the language of defense, the needs of the soldiers, the armed forces, and also would be able to ensure a proper administration of Nigeria's security architecture. So he believes that, you know, General Christopher Musa, you know, fits that bill, and that's probably informed his reappointment in this time in the capacity as Minister of Defense. Nifemi.
He had met with Mr. President yesterday. Same day we got news of the resignation of the former Minister of Defense. What more do you know about that meeting?
Well, it's hard to tell what you know that meeting was about, but you know it's not also it's largely connected to his new appointment now as Minister of Defense. We believe that it's at that meeting that he was properly briefed and hinted about the president's plan to appoint him as the Minister of Defense. But you know, even after his retirement, he didn't totally go into oblivion. He's still been around, even in some capacities, offering advice to the military, because he promised to be around and offer his service as long as the country desires his service, and he's been doing that. And that meeting with the president, a lot of us didn't see it coming that he would, the former Minister of Defense would resign, that's Badaru, and he would pick up that appointment. But eventually, when Badaru's resignation was announced, people started putting different pieces of the jigsaw together, and they could come up with that theory that General Musa would fill the vacant position left by Badaru, and eventually it all panned out to be true. State House correspondent Femi Akande live for us in Abuja. Thank you for the update there.